Hi everyone and welcome back. I'm Rachel and I've been documenting my journey of buying my very first boat and learning how to sail. Jason and I are slowly falling in love with my 40-year-old Compass 790, which came with more than a few undisclosed issues. Over the past 8 months, we've been working hard to bring her back to life. And this weekend, we're taking on the unknown and trying to figure out how to use a Spinnaker sail. Spinnaker sails are designed for sailing downwind, or when the wind is coming from behind you. They're large and lightweight, helping a boat capture as much wind as possible, like a big parachute. In this image, you can see the difference between the two types of spinnakers. The symmetrical sail is on the left and the asymmetrical on the right. I have a symmetrical, which seems to be the less common choice these days, making it surprisingly hard to find clear instructions online on how to set it up properly. I have 2 poles which came with the boat, and I have no idea what to do with them. From the little that we do know, packing the sail properly is key to ensure that once the lines are attached, it can be hoisted smoothly without getting tangled or twisted. We lay the sail out in the garage, placing the head and the inside of the sail at the top, with a clue in each of our hands. The trick apparently is to pack from the centre of the sail, keeping the clues and the head, the points where the lines attach, outside of the bag, so the lines can easily attach when it's time to hoist. The next morning, we take the boat out at high tide, planning to leave it on the mooring ball so we can access at low tide the following day and letting us make the most of the weekend. A few weeks back when sailing with Lissa, she showed me how to centre the tiller if I ever needed to sail solo. With barely any wind today, I decided to give it a go trying the clove hitch. With the weather cold and gloomy, I took the chance to make some hot drinks. Rangitoto loomed in the foreground as I kept an eye on my setup. It was holding well in the calm, but I couldn't help wondering how it might fare in windier conditions. Cruising along at a whopping 2.5 knots, we figured it was a good time as any to experiment with the Spinnaker setup. With such light wind forecast today, and since we still haven't worked out how to rig the Spinnaker poles, we left them at home and focused on learning how to get the sail raised first. We also rigged a dowsing line, hoping it would make dropping and packing the sail easier, rather than relying solely on releasing the halyard from the head of the sail. I clipped the halyard to the head of the sail and ran a sheet to each clue on either side, making sure to take one sheet around the outside of the furler so it can release freely. And there she goes. The wind was so light that the sail never fully filled, but that was fine. It gave us a safe chance to experiment. We packed the sail away and made our way back to the mooring ball. We're going to give it another go tomorrow when we have more time. After a long row back to Milford Beach, Jason went to grab the car while I deflated the tender with the trusty wet vac on suck mode. You can barely see where Naruto is moored far in the distance. And the next morning, we rowed back out, thankfully again in calm conditions, making the trip to the boat a lot easier. I spend a fair while untying all of our safety lines from the mooring ball, twisting myself into all sorts of awkward positions just to reach them. And eventually just hooking the boat onto the moorings line so we can easily slip off when needed. As I'm trying to build my confidence, I asked Jason to let me handle everything on my own, with the comfort of knowing he was there if I needed him. The only thing I did ask Jason to do was handle slipping the mooring for me. With the wind staying light again today, I felt confident enough to manage the boat on my own, knowing there wasn't much risk of anything going too wrong. Not quite being tall enough or long enough to reach the winch and lines whilst holding the boat straight with the tiller, it wasn't the tidiest tack, but it did work. With the wind barely registering on Navionics, it was another perfect opportunity to try out the Spinnaker sail. In comes the head sail, and after a bit of a tangle, Jason manages to get the Spinnaker sail out. This time we try clipping it to the bow and running it down the starboard side, giving it a bit more of an asymmetrical setup. Jason packs away the sail without using the dowsing line, which you can see swinging around in the foreground, but it's probably a good idea to always have it ready. I can only imagine it would be a handful to manage in stronger winds. If anyone could give us some pointers on how we use the two poles for a symmetrical sail setup, we'd be really grateful. Join us next time to see how Jason's makeshift tender propeller works out for us, and for our first adventure buddy boating to Waiheke. And if you'd like to subscribe to the channel, that would be great.